We're coming to you from Johannesburg's Maboneng Precinct, and our host today is the recently established Museum of African Design. Welcome to the Art Bulletin. My name is Tumi Sedumedi. Thank you so very much for staying with us. Legendary US rocker Bruce Springsteen is getting ready to grace our shores with his presence. The boss will perform at Cape Town's Velodrome and at the F&B Stadium in Johannesburg next year in January. In the meantime, Scotland's most successful rock band Simple Minds is in the country. They'll wow their fans with hits like Alive and Kicking tonight at Carnival City.
I get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing to say.
Springsteen has won numerous awards, including 20 Grammy Awards, 2 Golden Globes and an Academy Award. He has sold 65 million albums in the US and over 120 million albums worldwide. Springsteen's tour kicks off on Tuesday 28th and Wednesday the 29th of January at the Belleville Velodrome in Cape Town and the 1st of February 2014 at the F&B Stadium in Johannesburg. Meanwhile, Simple Minds will play at the Big Top Arena at the Grand West Grand Arena. Scotland's finest rock export consists of frontmen Jim Kerr, Charlie Burchill, Mel Gaynor, Andy Gillespie and Get Grimes. Simple Minds have topped the charts for decades with songs like the 1985 smash hit Don't You Forget About Me to the album's Graffiti Soul, which hit the UK top 10 in 2009.
Decipher is an exhibition featuring 3 artists at the Art Space in Durban on until the 16th of November. Among the subjects they use to express themselves, the human form, rubbish dumps and landscapes, both rural and urban.
They were using the title of Decipher because they're looking at their surroundings and how they can portray that in images of landscapes, urban environments and portraiture. What the viewer can take away from this exhibition is how the personalities of the 3 different artists come through in the artworks themselves. Each one of them, although they're painting landscapes, portraits, you can see their own personalities coming through in their artworks.
Issues affecting filmmakers, crafters and performing artists came under the spotlight at the DTI Creative Industries Workshop earlier this week. The workshop took place at the University of Fort Hare in the Eastern Cape.
The Eastern Cape Audio and Visual Centre has called on all relevant stakeholders to create opportunities for artists to grow within their provinces. The centre held a workshop with the Department of Trade and Industry where Eastern Cape artists were informed about services offered by the DTI. The DTI introduced programs such as the Film and Production Incentive, which funds filmmakers.
For people who can't afford the 2.5 million as a minimum budget, we then said they do have skill, that one we acknowledge, but then they are not meeting the requirements in terms of the budget. Then we should then have a feeder program, which will be your primary program or an infant program.
The reason for them going to Gauteng is because they want to access opportunities, so the grass is greener on that side. But as the center, we are trying to bridge that gap. And one of the things that we can do is to create opportunities here at home.
The city of Ekurhuleni has launched its first ever International Gospel Festival. The event, set to take place on the 28th of November at the Germiston Lake, will incorporate tourism, business opportunities and music.
We are connecting Ekurhuleni with the world and connecting the world with Ekurhuleni. Key to gospel, as you know, it's about social cohesion. It's about spiritual healing. It's also about exposure of the diversity of our city and that of the country. If you look at the type of gospel singers from our country who will actually be playing your Soli Muhulu, your Rebecca, and your Joyous Celebration, and your Soweto Gospel Choral, and so on. It's about exposing that diversity and at the same time making music in its diversity a point of convergence.
When Lauren Bieke's second novel titled The Shining Girls came out, it had avid readers and critics going on and on about her brilliant work. That international bestseller is the subject of more hype this week because Exclusive Books has named it Book of the Year Reader's Choice.
What we've done is we've curated a list of what we think is the best fiction. And then every month, a group of judges have voted on those books. And what was interesting about Lauren's book is both the judges and the readers agreed on it. They loved the book. They thought that it was completely unique, very different, and incredibly, incredibly exciting for South African fiction to have a South African author doing so incredibly well internationally. It's a combination of the topic being so unique, the incredible main character, and there's an incredible sci-fi thriller, crime fantasy book which just takes you on an incredible adventure and leaves you cold. It's not a book you want to read with the lights out, but it's a book that will stay with you.
The thought-provoking and celebrated Mike van Grant's Rainbow Nation opened at the Market Theatre last night. The play, which is set in April of 1994, which was when Democratic SA was born, is on until the 8th of December.
His stories are completely contemporary South African stories. But what we found travelling with this play particularly, because we've had a long life with it so far. We only started in March, and we've already had an amazing run at Artscape, at Grahamstown Festival, at Hilton Festival, and now here we are at the Market Theatre. Because it speaks to people. It's a play with three characters, sort of suburban, white, middle-aged woman, her adopted daughter, Lindy, and a blast from Lindy's past. It's just this sort of train crash collision of these three lives.
Currently on at our host venue, which is the Museum of African Design, is the Southern Guild Collectible Designs exhibition. This exhibition features some of the most unique pieces by 100 artists and designers from this country.
We'd been working with the export of design to the rest of the world since 2003, and we'd really realized that a platform was needed to showcase work that was more unique, limited, collectible. And so in 2008 we started Southern Guild, where we invited our designers who we thought were extraordinary, and it started with 35 designers, and now we're up to over 100, and they really represent the most interesting thinkers across categories of art, design, architecture, jewelers.
From the Museum of African Design, also known as MODE, out here in Maboning Precinct, Johannesburg. That's how we come to the end of today's Art Bulletin. Please do remember that you make the Art Bulletin, and your contribution is always welcome. Email us at theartbulletin@sabc.co.za, or like our page on Facebook, or follow us on Twitter. Until tomorrow morning, it's a goodbye from us.